Hi, I'm Roxanne Lessa, the Art Quilters Coach. Have you tried using invisible thread only to have it break on you while you're stitching? Does your machine not like invisible thread? Have you thrown in the towel and said, I give up? Many of my students have told me they struggle when working with this thread. But don't give up yet. Help is on the way. This video will show you some essential tips to work with this great thread without the frustration. I have used it for many years for quilting, for applique, and have taught my students to do so as well. Now they love it. And once you know how, I bet you will too. So after watching this video, you will know how to set your machine tension for invisible thread. And you'll know how to use the correct needles and set up your thread delivery method for no breakage. And you'll be able to wind your bobbin properly with invisible thread. Okay, so here we go. Tip number 1. Let's talk about your tension. It needs to be looser than normal. Try 2 to 3 or even less depending upon your machine. That creates less drag on the thread so it won't break and drive you crazy. And remember, this thread is more fragile than your regular cotton thread. You've got to use the correct needle for this thread. I use a top stitch needle because it has a longer eye and a deeper groove. A metallic or a sharp needle will also work. It's better for fragile threads, causing less breakage, and I use a size 10 or 12. A bonus is that the titanium needle lasts 8 times longer, and you can order it from superiorthreads.com. So when it comes to getting the thread into your machine, how you deliver the thread really matters. I put a spool or a cone of the invisible thread into a cup to reduce drag on the thread. The less drag, the less breakage, and I set it up right behind my machine and put it through my thread guides. As an aside, I did try my thread stand, but this system seems to work better for me. The thread just pools off the top of the cone right into the machine with no drag. Okay, I'm going to show you my setup for winding the bobbin. And what I've got here is a cone of the invisible thread, and I've simply placed it in a large heavy cup in the back of my machine. Then it's going to bypass this, and it's going to go right on to the tension disc here. And what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to use my fingers to act as a guide behind the machine. So I'm going to have to hold that, and then I'm going to start the winder. Let me move this camera over. Okay, so I'm holding on to the thread with my left hand, and I'm going to start the bobbin winder with my right hand. And it's just feeding through, nice and smooth. I can stop it anytime I want, and I've got it at about a speed of about 28 to 30. Let me readjust the camera so you can see a little bit better. As I'm winding it, I'm making sure it's not going below the bobbin. And I'm going to stop when it's about 3/4 full. Now over here, I could feel the thread moving slowly, or smoothly, I should say, smoothly through my fingers. I'm not clamping down too hard, I'm just letting it pass through my fingers. And that has worked the best for me in terms of winding the thread. So now I can go ahead and lift that off, trim it, and it is ready to go into my machine now. As you saw in the video, it's important to wind your bobbin slowly so as not to stretch the thread. Watch it carefully so the thread doesn't jump and wind under your bobbin. And I already talked about winding it too fast because once the thread is stretched, it will make it unusable for sewing. Only wind your bobbin 3/4 of the way full so this thread doesn't slip out of the bobbin. This thread is incredibly slippery and it can fall off the bobbin very easily. So just fill it 3/4 of the way full and you should be good. Okay, now I have my bobbin wound about 3/4 of the way through. I don't wind it all the way out to the edge. I could have wound a little bit more, but I didn't. I just stopped there. And maybe stop about, right out to those little holes out there. Now here's a bonus tip for you. I use invisible thread in my bobbin for all my quilting, especially because I change colors a lot on the top. That saves me a lot of time because I don't have to match every top thread. And if your tension is a little off, the invisible thread will not show up on the top. This picture is a picture of the back of a quilt, only quilted with invisible thread in the back. I hope that takes some of the mystery out of this versatile thread for you. Try it out on some practice quilting sandwiches first before tackling it on a real quilt. Remember, you can use it for invisible applique, and you can learn how to do that in my 3-part video series found in the Improvisational Piecing with Invisible Applique playlist. And in the first video, you will find instructions on how to do the zigzag settings and a stitching demo. Please let me know in the comments if this video helped you tame and use this thread. Also, make sure you download the free PDF, The 10 Best Tools for Machine Invisible Applique. And if you like this video, please subscribe so you don't miss my next videos. That's it till next time. Happy quilting!